Kimi K2.5 has been out for around a week now, and I've been intensely testing it out, building full stack apps with it. And in this video, I'll be showing you guys a comparison with Opus 4.5 because it does seem like in the benchmarks, it is like one of the closest models that comes head to head with Opus 4.5. And as you know, I don't really trust benchmarks. So yeah, I'm just gonna do like a real world test, like building the same app using the exact same plan and also specs. And we'll see the results and you guys can compare it yourselves. So there are several options to get access for Kimi K2.5 for coding. One of the best ways to have access to it right now is through Opencode. So Opencode is currently offering Kimi K2.5 for free for a limited time. You just had to open up Opencode, just install it. I'm using the CLI version, and then you can just start it up. And there is also another way to use it for coding, which is using the Kimi code with the coding plan from Moonshot. So they do have their own CLI. I have had experience with this, and this will connect to your either your API key from Moonshot or your coding plan, which you can get on Kimi.com. And there's also a sale, which you can gain by just chatting with the Kimi model and actually just negotiating, which is very interesting. It's very fun. You can try it out, and the cheapest price would be I think it was 99 cents. You can definitely try it out. It is a bit hard, but yeah, you can just chat with it and see how it goes. But yeah, these are the plans that it comes with to get access to the Kimi coding plan. So yeah, these are the pricing. But I'm not gonna use this in this video because since I am comparing it with Opus 4.5, I'm just gonna use one tool, which is Opencode, which provides or have compatibility with both models, which is Kimi K2.5 and also the Opus 4.5 model. And just a little side note here, for the Opencode version of Kimi K2.5, they are hosting it on Opencode Zen, which in my experience is a lot better than using it from the actual Moonshot provider, which are the creator of Kimi. Since the Moonshot provider is pretty slow in my experience. So yeah, I do highly recommend using it on Opencode Zen. And here are the pricing for all the models of Opencode Zen. And you can see here, Kimi K2.5 is currently free, and there is a paid version, and I'm pretty sure there is currently a discount for it also on Opencode. So yeah, you can definitely just try it out and see for yourself. Okay, before we start, I'm gonna show you guys what I have made for the plan. So this will be the app we will be building for the testing. It is a very simple app. It will just be a task management app, and I have created the PRD here, or the specs, or the planning, whatever you want to call it. I'm using Code Guide for it, and I just did a little quick prompt in the PRD master, and then that generated this whole document. And now we're able to just use it on any tools we want. And here is the example. So what I did was I just entered my, my prompt. I just wanted to build like a simple task management app, and then this is the result, and I can just start implementing by pressing implement docs. And over here there should be an option for Opencode, and now we can press continue, and it will generate a ready to use prompt that we can just paste in our agent prompt or Opencode prompt in the CLI. Okay, so I've copied the prompt here from Code Guide. Now let me open up VS Code. I have already Opencode open here, and I do have two workspace, and they are currently empty. So you can see this is the one where we will be testing Opus 4.5. You can see here I am on the Opus 4.5 model, and over here this is Kimi's workspace, and it is running Kimi K2.5, the free version from Opencode Zen. Okay, I've just went ahead and pasted the plan or the prompt from Code Guide, and then the one for Opus, I'll just paste it here, and I have switched to the plan mode so we can just see like a brief overview of what it will do. So, yep, that's done, and let me just press enter, and then over here I will also press enter, and then we'll see what the result would be. On Opus 4.5, I am using the API key from Anthropic, and you can see here we will be able to track the usage. Alright, so the planning stage is finished, and what they have done is it just followed the instructions from Code Guide, which was to just extract everything into one folder, which is the docs folder. And now it is shown here. You can see the project requirements document. And you guys might be asking, why am I using a PRD? Why don't I just prompt away? Well, if you've been in the AI coding space, you will know that context engineering is king. So what I've done is I've made this full detailed document where I've detailed everything about the app that I want to build, and including the tech stack. So I'm using Next.js with the backend using SQLite and also Drizzle RM with BetterAuth. And you can see all these different information that I've provided for the project. And what this will do is allow the agent to have full understanding of the project without me having to explain everything every time for every prompt. Since then, if I start a new session, they will still know what the context of the project is. They have finished setting up the docs, and they have read the docs and also saw the tasks that was also generated from Code Guide, which tells them what to do on how to actually build the full app. So on Opus here, it has asked me a question, and I will just press yes to start all the tasks. And also for this, I will just probably just use Tailwind, okay? And then let me just submit that. Now for Kimi, it didn't ask me any questions, but it actually did, but there is no prompt for it. So let me just say yes. Sorry, it starts building. Okay, let me just let that run. And Opus is also running here. Another benefit of having a documentation for your agent is that it will have less occurrences of hallucinations. That's what I found from my experience. So when you prompt stuff, there is a lot of gaps you will not fill, and the AI will try to fill. And most of the time, those will be filled with some hallucinations, which would sometimes not be according to what you want. So just having a document that explains everything will help fill those gaps and of course decrease the hallucinations. Okay, so here's an update on both builds. So this is for Opus. Opus finished, and it did take about like 15 to 20 minutes, and it consumed around $7.77. And we'll see how Kimi did. So this is from Kimi. And so in total, it was a lot longer than Opus 4.5 because at first I was using the Opencode Zen with the Kimi K2.5, the free one, the free plan. But then I got limited because of the rate limits. So I switched to Moonshot, which is very slow. Like I think it took it about like 20 minutes just to complete everything. And also there were some errors when I was testing things out on Kimi. There was like 1 or 2 extra errors compared to Opus, which was regarding the BetterAuth configuration. So what I did was I referred to Context 7, which I have installed here. So Context 7 pretty much just gives extra context on certain documentation, and it just gives you the up-to-date documentation on each libraries. So that's what I did, and it was able to solve the issues. But yeah, there is still an issue, but let me show you now the result in terms of code. And just like the specs, it implemented everything accordingly. So it used BetterAuth to implement the auth, and then it added Drizzle for the database with all the schema from BetterAuth also. And lastly, it is using Next.js. So this is for Kimi, and same goes for Opus. So there is no issue there. The issue was only with BetterAuth, and that was with Kimi. And I'm pretty sure that's just because of the knowledge cutoff, because there was some out of date configuration that was added on Kimi. But it was all fine on Opus. It was all working fine, and yeah, it was just going smoothly in with the auth. So now let's see the result of the app itself. So this is the one made by Opus. So yeah, let me just quickly sign in here to just show you guys. And I'll press sign in, and yep, that just signs me in as it should. And I've created a task here, and you can just create a task easily by just clicking the create task. And let me just make another one here. And there is minimal validation on the version on Opus. And this is Kimi's version. Let me just log in, and as you can see, there is a bit of a bug here where value inside the input is not that visible, because I think it's detecting it as like dark mode. So it's using like a light, font color, but yeah, it's not actually on dark mode. So, let's just, yeah, there is several differences here. Like, so this is more like a dashboard sort of UI, whereas here it is more like just, a typical like task management app. And let me just try creating a task, and the model here is a bit different. I do prefer the one here. Like the layout and everything is good. While here, yeah, like the main issue is with the like CSS here. The font color is not visible. So let me just try creating one. So there is like a, like a required field here. Same goes with title. Okay, that's good. Let me just create task. Okay, so when I try to submit, there is some sort of like validation here. So let me just press that and see if that works. Okay, so there is a bug here. So let me just fix that real quick. What I do usually is I just debug this by just checking if it's like a network issue. If it's not, then yeah, it's most definitely just like a logic issue in the front end. So let me just check that out in the code, and let me just make a quick prompt to fix this on Kimi's side. Kimi was able to fix that fairly quickly, so let me just show you guys the result. So this is for the task, and I can't really go to like the task detail. So there's a bit of a difference here in the UI. So in here it is like a grid style, whereas here it's like a list style. And let me just create another one so we can see how it looks. And yeah, I definitely should fix this first. So let me just do that after this test. So yeah, this is like a list view, and I can't really like view the task. And on Opus, there is, yeah, I'm not able to also view it, but I'm able to edit it at least. So yes, so there is a bug here, but I'm not gonna fix it because we can already clearly see like the main differences anyways. And also I will give you guys my final thoughts just to recap everything and like just telling you guys my experience just coding with these two models on Opencode, and especially Kimi K2.5, if it is actually living up to the hype. Okay, to recap the video, let me start with Kimi K2.5. So we built this app. It took quite a while because I had to use Moonshot AI. So I do highly recommend you guys just using other providers other than Moonshot's AI provider. So one of them is probably is Opencode Zen, because I was using that before I got rate limited, and it was really quick compared to Moonshot. And yeah, we ended up using about like $5 of tokens or like usage on the API with Moonshot AI. I'm not sure how accurate this is, but I'm pretty sure it should be way less than that, because there's also caching. I don't know if it's accounted for that in Opencode yet. But yeah, let's just go on Opus. So Opus was like really quick at finishing the whole app, and there wasn't really any issue. There was only just one issue with the redirects, and that was solved also very quickly. And it consumed around $7.77, and I'm pretty sure that's already with caching, because before it was like a lot more, and then like I think it recalculated and it fixed it, so now it's like $7.77. But yeah, like for the result, I think this was the better model in this test. But overall, like from my time using Kimi K2.5, it is pretty good if you are just like doing daily tasks. But if you're making things from scratch, you do need to plan several times, and I highly recommend you divide the plans into several phases, or else the result won't be as good. Whereas for Opus 4.5, this is just like a very good model in general. So like anything you throw at it, it'll pretty much just, do its best and just produce really good results. Okay, so in conclusion, for coding, Kimi K2.5 is a good choice, especially for the price. But I do recommend you not use the Moonshot AI provider because it's very slow. But if you want to compare it with other models, which are like the big boys, which is like from OpenAI, Anthropic, Opus 4.5, GPT 5.2 codex, it is a very good option because of the price once again. But if you are like looking for a very like reliable, getting just the best results every time, of course, it still can't beat Opus 4.5. So yeah, I would say like Kimi K2.5 would be just a budget version of like Opus 4.5. And you need to be more aware of like your planning, and you need to divide the plans into several phases, because from my experience, just giving it a lot of different like plans and tasks at once does mess up with the result. Like it is not as good as I'd like. But from other tests I've done where I do the front end first, and once it's completed, I continue with the back end, and I just do the refinements at the end. That produces a way better result. Whereas if you use something like Opus 4.5 and you just throw like a whole bunch of context and you start planning from phase 1 to phase 10 with front end, back end and everything, it's just able to handle that a lot better than any other model. That wraps up the video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you want to support us, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment, and also give it a like.